Hey YouTube, sorry it's been a while since I've been able to post anything. Been super busy at work and just really haven't had the time to do much. So I figured instead of doing nothing, I'd do a short video today about adjusting the zero stop on the NightForce scopes. Now I know there's a lot of other people that have done videos out there and they really have good videos, so this really isn't going to be too much new information, but I figured I'd highlight a couple things that I noticed that might help out some people who are trying to do this for the first time. It's actually a pretty simple process, but there's a few things that I didn't notice the other videos saying that I'll point out. Only 2 or 3 things, like I said, just a short video today, but let's get started. So here's what we got. We have a NightForce NXS scope. It's a 5.5 to 22 with the zero stop. And basically what you need to get started is, and I should have looked at this before I did it, but the Allen key is a 5 by 64th size. This little guy right here. This is what you're going to need. And it's a pretty simple process. I zeroed my rifle in already, so that's done. And on the top of the scope are 2 turret cap screws that you have to take out or back out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Then I'm going to go back real quick with the camera. I'll take the camera off the tripod and show you some of the specifics. So bear with me real quick as I do this. For me, since there's 2 of these, I loosen up one of them. Just loosen one of them. And then I take out the other one. And the reason I do this is one of those little things that I really haven't heard anybody say, is when you go to take the cap on and off, the air pressure inside there makes the cap kind of hard to do. So if you take one screw out, the air is able to go in and out of that screw hole, and it seems to be a lot easier. Nobody told me that my first time, and I struggled getting that cap on. Maybe I was just an idiot, who knows. But anyway, once you undo that, then the cap comes straight off. Pretty simple. And then inside here you have, on the top of the underneath of the cap now, you have 4 other Allen screws. Now these are important. You want to just barely back these off, and I mean barely, like maybe I go a half turn. You want to do all 4 of them, maybe a full turn, but do not take them all the way out. If you take them all the way out, you could damage your optic and have to send it back in. Now once you do that, you're able to screw what I call the clutch assembly. Now I'm going to raise this up so that you guys can see. There's a gap right here. If you can see my tool going in and out of the gap, see that? That's the clutch, the upper clutch and the lower clutch. I think that's the proper name for it. Don't criticize me if it's not. I'm not real sure, to be honest with you. Once your scope is zeroed, you loosen those up, you screw this all the way down until it bottoms out. And it will bottom out against the bottom one. There it is, it bottomed out. Now, what I like to do and what most people will advise you to do is back it off just a tiny bit, like 1/8 of a turn or so. And what that will do is it'll allow you to go past the zero stop and then go back to zero. Now that helps set your crosshairs a little bit better. So you go past it, bring it back up, and it brings it back to zero. Everyone says that it works really, really well. I've never put that to the test. I'm just going by what it seems to be the industry standard and what everyone talks about. So once that's done, now I do this, I hold that clutch assembly in place. Now you do not want to over torque these down. That is important. But if you do squeeze or if you do turn this Allen key too hard, you will adjust your scope. So don't do that. Be real cautious about that. I did it twice in a row. I was so pissed off at myself, I had to go re-zero because I didn't hear how many clicks it went. It was not a good thing. So as I'm holding this, I'll tighten down each of the Allen keys. And I do this in a star pattern. So I'll do the top, then the bottom, then the left, then the right. That's how I do it. And then after I've done the star pattern, I go back and I double check by going to the top, then to the right, then to the bottom, and then to the left. And just make sure that it's all done. So now that those are tight, and I'm back, and now I'll take my cap and see the zero mark on it right there. And I'm going to match it up to the line that's on the scope. Now here, I'm going to try and show you this real quick, just so you guys can see. This is what I'm referring to. See this white line right here? And here, if I can get close enough, is the clutch assembly. Right there, upper and lower. Okay? So now, I line up the 0 with the white line. Like I said, with the screw out, makes it super simple to go down. Take my screws and tighten the scope back down. The scope caps. I just finger tighten these. You don't have to overdo it. Not that us men would ever want to over tighten anything, right? Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to see how I did. So for me, that's perfect. I'm going to adjust it just a tiny bit more. So here's what I was talking about, going past the 0 stop. I'll show you again. Okay, so here's the 0. 1, 2, 3 clicks. 3 clicks. I like to go 4 clicks past. That way I always know if it's dark or whatever, 4 clicks brings me back to 0. But there it is. So now I can adjust my scope up or down. If I get lost in it, I can bring it all the way back down. In this particular case, 1, 2, 3 clicks brings me back home. Like I said, my preference is 4, so I'll adjust that a little bit more off camera. And that's pretty much how you do it. I hope you enjoyed that short little video. For all of those people out there in YouTube land waiting for the rest of my 300 Blackout series, or I say series, my additional 300 Blackout information, that is coming. I promised it. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Like I said, I've been super busy at work, but I will get that done. I'm also going to do some videos on how to lighten up the Ruger Precision Rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor, which is what this happens to be sitting on top of right now. It's a heavy beast when it's not lightened up, so there's some tricks out there that can lighten these things up, make it a little bit more comfortable to carry around. Out of the box, this is a fantastic shooting weapon, especially with this glass on it. Now with my 0 stop all dialed in, I'm ready to hit the range. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was short. Like I said, I know there's other people out there that have made other videos, and they have some great videos out there. I hope this helped clarify just a few little tips and tricks that I picked up and wanted to address. I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.